Becker and Iyad. They will be doing the presentation, or he will be doing the presentation, but she'll do a little introduction of who he is.
Good morning. I'm Jill. I'm from Ann Arbor, and I brought you your visitor for the day, Mr. Iyad Burnett, who comes to us all the way from the very small village of Bilain in Palestine, in the West Bank, which is over here in this. See how the green gets smaller and smaller? It's up there in that green area there, and the little green corner there is the Gaza Strip, which was recently much in the news. Iyad will be talking to you today about a little bit about the struggle of his particular village, which is located, as I said, in the West Bank, and has been greatly affected by the separation wall, sometimes called the apartheid wall, that the Israeli military has built, which does not go along the borders of Israel, but goes in fact into the West Bank and cuts through the village farmlands and things like that. His community is one of many that have been affected in this way, and by the building of settlements there. The West Bank is a sort of international limbo. It has been under Israeli military occupation since 1967, but is not officially a part of any country anymore. It is just under military occupation by Israel, and therefore is in this kind of limbo. And that causes all manner of problems, some of which you will be hearing about today. So, Mr. Iyad Burnett.
Thank you. Good morning, everybody. I am Iyad Burnett. You can hear me from there?
Speak loudly.
I cannot more than this. Okay. So I want to ask you just some questions before we started. I'm not a teacher, but to have more understand. You know Palestine? When you hear Palestine, what do you think? What comes in your mind? People?
Yeah, just say it. You hear Palestine or Palestinian, what comes to mind?
Yes?
I think, is it violence or is it terrorists?
Terrorist, yeah. We have other answer?
Conflict?
Okay. If we look to the map here, we see Palestine. Palestine before 1948. This is the history of Palestine. So Palestine under the occupation more than 90 years now. Before the Israeli occupation, it was the British occupation. So 1948, 1947, it was, before this is Palestine. And after this, the Israelis came and occupied our land. In this area you see after 1948, West Bank and Gaza, and they also occupied this after 1967. So it was 2 times the Israelis army occupied our land in this historic time. So if you look, this is the West Bank after Geneva and after Oslo, after Camp David agreement. But also the Israelis didn't care for all the agreements between the Palestinian and the Israeli government, so they continued to build more settlements in Palestinian area, more walls and more checkpoints. So if you look here now is our land, Palestinian land, like containers and like as you see, there is a lot of settlements inside, and the walls is cut the Palestinian area to pieces. So we cannot have contact in our cities. So it comes after 2003 when the Israelis start to build the apartheid wall for security. What they said for security. But every time the Israelis go to take more land and to build more settlements in our land. So this is our story. After 2003, the Israelis start to build the apartheid wall. So it was a lot of non-violent struggle in the area against the wall and against the settlements. If we look to this map, we have more clear about the West Bank and Gaza. So this here is Gaza area. It's 365 kilometers, and in this 365 kilometers, we have 1,500,000 live in this area. So it's the most population in the world that live in this area. And this area, it's also have a wall around all this Gaza Strip. So they live like in jail, a big jail, all the families, all the people together. And here is West Bank, in this area. So this map, it shows the Palestinians after the Great Month. But now, after the war and the settlements, we have 12% from the Palestinian historic land for the Palestinian. Where is the Palestinian live? But also it's under the occupation, and we have a lot of violence from the Israeli occupation until now, and they continue. So after 2004 in Bil'in, for example, this is our village, Bil'in, and all these settlements is built on the land of the village and other villages in the area. So if you look, this is the red line, is the apartheid wall, and the green is the green line, we called it. It's the agreement between the Palestinian and the Israelis in 1948. And the Palestinian state after 1967. So look how they built the wall as the snake to take more land for the Palestinian. On all these settlements, they built it after Oslo Agreement. So this is in general about the wall. So when the people in Bil'in saw this wall and these settlements, and Israelis bulldozer destroyed their land and there is olive trees, they started a movement in non-violent struggle against them to try to stop them. Because you know, it's most of the people in Bil'in and other villages is the farmers. When they came and destroyed the land, destroyed the olive trees, they destroyed their life. So they have to resist against this occupation, against this war and the settlement. So our people started the non-violent struggle in 2004 December, when the Israelis bulldozers start to destroy the olive trees of the farmers. Olive trees is the symbol of the Palestinian. It's the holy tree. It's the life of the people there. So they destroyed the life of the people. So we started, it was every day, the demonstrations from morning and evening in non-violent way. We put ourselves in cages in front of the bulldozers. We put ourselves in barrels, in cylinders, to show our message and to try to stop the bulldozers to destroy more of our land. So this takes 8 years. Until now, we have our demonstrations every Friday. Every Friday, we have international activists who came and participate with us from all of the world. We have Israeli activists also who came and participate with us. In other side, we have a lot of violence from the Israeli soldiers. They use a lot of kind of weapons against us. They killed 2 of our friends since our struggle, and we have more than 1,300 people was injured. We have 150 was arrested, and most of them is the children. When we say children, it's 13, 14, 15 years old, and they was put them in jail between 4 to 18 months just because they participate in non-violent demonstrations. So I want to show you some video of our demonstrations to have more information about our struggle.
Are Basque separatists who came from, I guess they live in the region of Spain, right, to demonstrate with them.
Yeah, so we have a lot of groups coming every time, every day. We have new groups coming and to visit Bil'in. We have a lot of famous people coming, like Jimmy Carter, for example. He was visit Bil'in and we meet him there. And this is the apartheid wall. The people from Bil'in tried to go to their land from here, and you see the soldiers stop here and didn't let him go from this gate. So it's sometimes we have the soldiers waiting near the fence. Sometimes we have them waiting us inside of the village. It's they change every time the strategy of there is violence. Sometimes the demonstration be 4,000 people. You know, Bil'in is a small village. We have 1,900 people live in Bil'in. But sometimes we have a lot of people coming from outside and participate with us. Also the international and the Israelis activists. So sometimes we have demonstrations like this, 4,000 people. Sometimes we have 200 people in the demonstration. But the important thing that we continue every week our struggle. So also we have members in the Israeli Knesset who has participated with us. The one who's talking now is a member in the Knesset, and also Ori Avneri, he's a leader of a Gush Shalom party in Israeli side. So they also has participate in our demonstrations.
تعسني مش هتقدر انت ولد وجع مش هتعيش على حالك تعسني فيها الخوف استحالة تعسني فيها الخوف مريض انا تسمي اشتراك يا ريت امسك
So if you see in this shot that one of our friends, Israeli active, he was also participate in our demonstrations every time, and he shot him in 15 meters by rubber bullet. Rubber bullet, it's they use it to kill people. It's made by metal, and it's covered by rubber. So it's just 15 meters, and there was no that he's our lawyer also. He was working with us as a lawyer. So you see how he's shot him in 15 meters. And he's pulled down.
בואו נמשוך אותם קודם, חוצה מהדבר הזה. תביאו אמבולנס! יאללה. אווה?
Get help, guys! They're gonna shoot now! Get help!
אני אסיים לחרוש אותו ושיוציא אותו מכאן בזה.
It was early morning before the bulldozers came to work, and we put these things, the cage, barrels and cylinders in the road of the wall where they was destroyed the olive trees.
نفتح.
Thank you.